I don't know, really. You know, I always said that I have been with guys who are um, white and guys who are not white. And I don't know, in my head, I think I kind of didn't really think I was. Because kind of like felt in a way where like, oh, in my head, I kind of made a differentiation, I guess, of people who are darker than people who are white in appearance. Anyway, it's often found though for me like my good experiences with sex have always seemed to be with white guys. And I don't understand why that is. I really don't. Oh, well, I was just saying my experience, really. I'm just like, I don't know. I think I'm kind of like questioning. It might be something with me, honestly, where like I might think that I'm attracted to things that I'm not actually attracted to. I don't know. No, actually, the guys that I've actually um been with, one was more switchy, I guess you could say, and then the other one was dominant. That was not quite my problem, honestly. But I don't know. It was just like the guys that I've like been with, mostly the uh, white guys I've been with, were just more. They were better with foreplay. One and two, for me, it's just like um, for me, I feel like a lot of the time with guys of color that I've been with, and this is specifically like because I've been with now Hispanic guy, kind of a Jewish guy, and a guy who's like Asian and white. Those are the guys of color I've been with, and then I've been with white guys. Um, and it seems like I think in my head that I'm more attracted to Hispanic guys, Jewish guys, like darker guys. Um, but it's like I don't think so, really, honestly, because it's like in all my experiences, it's always been where the guys that were of color, it's almost like they assumed like the only thing that they could do really was, basically stick their dick in. And it was just like, it was never like they really put much interest in like foreplay, basically. And I've heard some other people complain and say that like people of color, men of color, were less likely to be as pleasurable. And honestly, I'm like maybe there's some truth. I don't know, but it's just generally like for me. I don't know. Maybe it's because for me, I'm a smaller person. So for me, I don't really have any interest in just having a log just jammed into me without any like preparation. But I don't know. It was just like I just kind of like wanted like thinking maybe I guess guys who are like white are like more compatible for me, apparently. I don't know. It's just like I've never like dated people specifically for a specific race. I've always talked to guys who were Hispanic, mixed race, um, I've always done that. I've always kind of like kept an open door to basically any type of guy. It's just that generally, I've said this before. For me, it's like majority of men are white. So then, obviously, for me, the majority of men that I've been with were white. You know. Oh, some people are commenting. I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. My name isn't Martina. It's Ramirez. I'm not Puerto Rican, no. I have a great grandfather who's Dominican. Obviously, that doesn't make me Hispanic. I'm black. Um, I don't really think that really defined by size, like race is defined by that, because I had one situation with one guy who was white and Asian, like I said, and he was the biggest guy that I've ever been with. So to me, I don't really assert size with what race really. To me, it's like that part uh, could be any race, honestly. And I've seen like, because I prefer smaller, I don't really prefer large. And I've like there's this actual site called Dinky One, and you'll see like there's races of all kinds there. Like there's black men, there are white men, there are Hispanic men. I don't know if I've seen Asian men, honestly. I know people assume Asian men have smaller penises, but I don't know. I haven't experienced that. Oh yeah, foreplay is, I guess, equals mental sex. I don't know. Like for me, like I said, I think it just has to do with sexual attraction. Because like for me, with the white guys, I was into them before we even started doing anything. Like it would be more of an energy thing going on beforehand, and then But with like now that I think of it, the guys that were of color generally, it would be like I would be visually attracted to them, but there would be no energy beforehand. It would just be kind of like trying to act on something, but feeling nothing really. And it's weird because honestly, I would not say that's completely the case in one of the cases because the person was very white passing and I was very sexually attracted to him. I just think that that has to do with more size. I don't like very large people. Anyhow, there's another comment. When you date them, is it only for sex? No, actually, I was like getting to know each person. I mean, I date and then, a few times it has been, I guess you could say, where like I was just dating and I was just waiting to the end of the date, to have sex. The last guy that it was of color, for me, it was like we dated two times. So this was the third date. And um, like I said, it just felt nothing, really, nothing at all. Oh, there's another question. No disrespect. I was curious. I have friends that Dominican and mixed race with black, or like Kamala Harris. She has a mixed quadroon father that's Indian, West Indian, Jamaican, and all black in him. I mean, a little black in him. I'm sorry. Thank you, cute. Oh, thank you. Um, okay, I understand. Yeah, I'm not mixed like that though. Obviously I'm black. I was just saying I was part Dominican because of my last name. But I don't know. It's just like I had some actual concerns this time because it was like, I'd never been with a guy who was actually not white looking, honestly. Like I've been with darker white guys or Mediterranean or whatever. things of that nature. But I don't know, like I was like concerned about a few things. But then when it came to it, it was kind of like I was visually attracted, like I said, but I just wasn't really feeling it. It was just like, I don't know. And I don't know, it's just, I kind of just feel like personally, maybe I'm just running into the wrong people, but like I've heard other people say that like sometimes with certain men that they don't really put much time into like foreplay, which I don't know. But I think honestly, you have to be attracted to people to actually want to be with someone, you know? That's why I've always known, like for me, like men I'm not attracted to, I don't try to have sex with usually, you know. And I think maybe I need to understand that with like visual attraction. You know, maybe visual attraction is just seeing someone as pretty or beautiful, but it's not really seeing someone as actually sexually appealing, you know. And I don't know, it's just like, well, I guess I guess some people are just only attracted to one ethnicity or whatever, or one type of man. I kind of feel sad about that, honestly, because I've always liked having variety and preference. Because it just, to me, was always like, you can see beauty in all types of people. I guess beauty isn't really the same as sexual attraction, honestly. Also, there were a few other things, like, for me, I mean, I kind of find that, like, a lot of guys that I generally would be into that were mixed race, generally, seemed like they were a bit too, I don't know how to say it. Like, for me, like I said, I've been with guys that were dominant, but like, I don't know, like, they seem like they were more like less able to listen or less able to actually follow direction, things of that nature. It was just like for me, I don't know. But I mean, like I did give it a good try, honestly. For me, I mean, like I've always, like I said, been open to men of other races, but I think I'm gonna continue to just keep it to one type from now on because it's like I don't think I'm actually able to be sexually really attracted to men of other races. Weird. Maybe it's just my social like conditioning because I've only been really around white men really. I grew up around Hispanic men though, so that's why I was always open to Hispanic men. But it did not seem like that's working out. So I don't know. Oh, there are more comments. I'm sorry. Oh, Robert Curdon, you said only want a certain kind of person. I guess so. Honestly, like I said, I always thought if I thought someone looked nice and I thought that they were, more handsome than, many of the white guys that I've been with, that, you know, then I guess they were a good match. But I'm thinking, like, I don't know, like the energy or something just doesn't work. It's always just like, oh, it's a nice looking guy. And I'm trying to be with a nice looking guy, not really like a guy that I'm actually sexually in tune with, that I actually want to, be with. It's just like more so just like, well, I kind of want you because I guess I should want you because I think they're good looking, but there's like nothing there, like no connection. Okay, thank you. No problem. I've dated Afro Dominican man. He was driving me crazy. Nationalities, date all types. That's African, half black, around the world. Foreign types, but never non-black guys. Oh well, yeah, that's cool. Like, I know some people they just prefer black men and things of that nature. I mean, I bet, like I said, if I grew up around black men, I probably would prefer them too. I dated a guy once who was Puerto Rican, and he was a small percentage black, probably, but he was part black. You could tell, like in his hair, that he was part black. So I've always, like I said, I've always been open to anything, really, honestly. But I don't know, like I've never actually tried to be with a guy who was actually mixed with black, honestly. But um, I just kind of feel like at this point, at least with the guys of those ethnicities, like I never have any connection. Never had any connection, and it's just like when I would try to have sex, it would not. One, it wouldn't be pleasurable. Two, for me, I'm like really, really tight. So I was just messing up the guy, messing up me. It was like not working out at all. Oh, Curtin, he said if it was just about sex, who I would choose would be entirely different, but I agree with you on uh, all on variety. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's just really annoying personally for me to just have one preference. That's why I always open up my variety, like my options generally, to prefer basically guys who are, darker and things of that nature. Because to me, I mean, like, I wouldn't limit my options when it comes to that because to me, it's like, if I find the guy attractive, why would I limit my options? But I guess I've learned it's not just physical, like a physical picture of something I think is attractive. It's more than that, honestly. And yeah, but honestly, like the first guy that I was with that was white, I didn't think I had that much. But then again, I don't know, maybe, yeah, actually, I kind of did, but it was, I don't know, like, I think mostly for me, a major thing is like with other guys that I've been with, there's always been a problem of like foreplay. Like often, I didn't really experience a lot of foreplay with the guys who were like other races. It's just weird. I don't get why, but this is just my experience. Um. Oh, okay. Robert Curdan. Women are women, really, but I never thought to compare the sexual performances or review it like that. Well, if you experience things like me, you would, honestly, because like for me, it's something like you can't just ignore it because in my situations, it's always been like if it goes wrong, it goes frickin' south, like crashes basically. If it goes well, then like went well, but like just generally for me, it's always been like, if it goes bad, it's like really not even having sex at that point. As long as they take care of me and they're a good person and honest on their purpose, have the bag, hell, they can be ugly as long as they treat me good. I don't care about looks all the time. Yeah, I know. Like I've always known though, for me, it is a physical thing. Like for me, I can't because like I said, I can't actually get aroused by a guy if he's, not something I find attractive. But the thing is that the guys that I've been with that were, that I didn't have like a connection with, they usually were attractive, very attractive, but it just was like there was no connection. I don't know. It's just like, goodness. Then again, I'm not very hypergamous, honestly. Like, I'm not the type that is focused on hypergamy, and I'm not the type that's like, please pick me type either. Like, I'm kind of like the type of kind of free spirited, but like if I was like looking for a relationship, he'd have to be healthy mentally, is more my thing. Like, I like a guy who is, not a problem to me, emotionally. We have to be compatible emotionally. You can't have any problems with his personality. I don't like a lot of emotional baggage from other relationships. I like maybe a healthy navigation through his past relationships or a minimum amount of relationships to understand, where I'm at. Because, like, for me, I've never gone through too many relationships, honestly, because I've always wanted to keep it very simple, basically, where like I do not deal with too many men or, you know, anything of that nature that could, create emotional baggage. And I talk a lot about that in my previous video. So yeah, Robert Curtin, I don't know. There's To me, I think sometimes I don't focus in on like if there a connection or not. Sometimes because sometimes I pay too much attention to what I'm looking at rather than what I'm feeling. And I think that happened with the last two situations where like I would just be focused on the fact that it's a good looking guy, but not really focus on do we actually have sexual chemistry, and things of that nature. So then I wouldn't have to go into a situation that didn't work out, that was just like a flop, basically. Yeah, sometimes they can be bad and bad. Yeah, I don't know. For me, like I said, those two situations, they definitely were. It was just like a focus on some people. I think some guys think it seems like they feel they're not really good with foreplay, but they feel they're better with like um they're better with actual sex and they think like they I guess do it better. And for me, like, I am not the type that really can really just jump into it like that, honestly, because like I said, I'm a very small person, so like I do not have any like interest in just jumping into something like that. And I was actually looking on an article, and they were saying how women generally need like foreplay for like 30 minutes in order to actually be actually prepared for sex. At least women, especially women who are like tighter and things of that nature. So it's just like, to me, that's been a problem generally. It's just like those type of guys generally seem like they were more so thinking that they were better at sex rather than, actual preparing for sex in many of those cases. But more than that, like I said, part of it was that, but part of it is also the fact that me and my energy kind of like helps me prepare for sex in the first place. But obviously, I can't prepare for sex if I'm not feeling any connection to someone because then I'm not really feeling like, in the mood. So then it kind of all falls apart. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like maybe from now on, at least, I'm gonna just try to stick with guys I vibe right with and have that type of energy. Which honestly, for me, when I am like dating online and stuff, I can tell who I have an energy with and who I don't automatically, even when I'm like looking at a photo and things of that nature. But generally, I have noticed that, like, with guys that I am, attracted to who are of color, I generally didn't have that energy with. Now, sometimes, though, I can say that I have had energy with some guys in the past, not generally any guy that I was interested in, though. Generally, guys who I just encountered or whatever. But I don't know. Maybe that's just not my luck. I don't know. Honestly, have no idea. It might be that I just don't have luck with the right type of guys of color. I don't know. Yeah, I do. I have time to learn. But yeah, it's just basically, I guess, ranting about my lack of interest, I guess, in guys of color. Because I've said before on here that I am attracted to guys that are of color, like mixed guys and Hispanic guys. But yeah, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of feel like I'm a little done, I guess, with guys who are of color just for now. So it is what it is. I guess that's the end of this rant. Thanks for watching.